fast to www.pastorpaulgold.com. Hey, have you taken a good look at the banks lately? On the surface, everything seems fine, but there's a whole lot more going on underneath. It's like looking under the hood of a car and finding a mess of broken wires and parts. The parts are loans for homes, cars, and those credit cards we all use. They're hitting record highs. It's kind of scary when you think about it. Why risk your money for a tiny 5% return when things are so shaky? This is where Noble Gold Investment can come in and help. They're like that friend who knows all about keeping money safe. They suggest gold and silver, oldies but goodies in the finance world. Plus, they got a sweet deal on this right here. 1/4 of an ounce gold standard coin. They'll give this to you for this month. 1/4 of an ounce of gold. Pretty cool, right? Well, if you're curious, just give them a call at 877-646-5347. It's just a chat, no pressure, and they'll help you figure out if gold and silver is right for you. Go visit them at www.pastorpaulgold.com and take the first steps toward a safer financial future.
Since the 1960s, scientists have identified over a dozen fundamental particles seamlessly fitting into the theoretical structure known as the Standard Model, the most comprehensive description physicists have of the subatomic realm. The Higgs boson, the last fundamental particle anticipated by the Standard Model, was co-discovered by the CMS and ATLAS experiments at CERN's Large Hadron Collider back in 2012. Despite this significant milestone, numerous inquiries persist regarding the universe's fundamental constituents. Scientists acknowledge that the Standard Model remains incomplete and falls short in various physical phenomena, with dark matter standing out as a prominent example. Researchers worldwide are actively challenging the limits of the Standard Model, embarking on quests to uncover new particles that may shed light on unresolved questions regarding the intricate workings of the universe, Phys.org has reported. Quote, "We're in the business of finding new particles," said Christian Pena, the conveyor of the CMS Exotic Particles Group and scientist at the U.S. Department of Energy's Fermi National Accelerator Laboratory. Quote, "That's what we're here for." Pena and fellow scientists at Fermilab have joined forces with their global counterparts on CMS to develop an innovative tool. This tool enables them to search for particles capable of traveling approximately 1 to 10 meters before undergoing decay into more stable byproducts. Currently, scientists are scrutinizing the dataset generated by this tool. According to Pena, this analysis will either unveil new insights into physics or establish the most rigorous constraints in the pursuit of long-lived particles, a category encompassing theoretical particles with the ability to traverse deep into the detector before generating observable signals. A sewage flow crossing borders from Tijuana, Mexico into San Diego County is potentially causing a multi-dimensional public health emergency. This transboundary issue, stemming from insufficient infrastructure and urbanization, presents an ongoing threat to public health with substantial socio-economic and legal consequences. A white paper that was shared with The Hill before its public release on Tuesday highlights the concern that this cross-border contamination introduces a mixture of chemicals and pathogens into households, not only through water, but also through air and soil. Of particular alarm is the risk of the resurgence of diseases previously eliminated in the state of California, the presence of microbes carrying antibiotic-resistant genes, and the introduction of industrial chemicals banned in the United States, as noted by the authors, The Hill has reported. The noxious flow, a consequence of inadequate sewage treatment on the Mexican side of the border, reaches San Diego County through both ocean plumes and the Tijuana River watershed. This watershed traverses Baja California before re-entering its U.S. counterpart. Recent weeks have offered a glimmer of hope for local residents as Mexico initiated the overhaul of an outdated facility that discharges millions of gallons of sewage daily into the Pacific Ocean. However, on the United States side of the border, the South Bay Wastewater Treatment Plant, responsible for treating some of Tijuana's wastewater and international treaty, also falls short of fulfilling its responsibilities. Tens of thousands of Indian farmers are advancing towards the capital, demanding assured crop prices and reviving a movement from 2 years ago that successfully led to the government repealing contentious agricultural laws. On Tuesday, police employed tear gas, detained several farmers, and fortified border points to prevent the protesters from entering New Delhi. Authorities are keen on managing the current demonstrations to avoid a reoccurrence of the 2021 protest, during which tens of thousands of farmers encamped outside the capital for over a year, enduring severe weather conditions and a devastating surge of COVID-19. Farmers, arriving on tractors and trucks from neighboring Punjab states, assert that the government has not fulfilled some of their essential demands from the previous protest, the Associated Press is reporting. Back in 2021, Prime Minister Modi revoked a set of agricultural laws that had triggered the initial wave of protest, with farmers expressing concerns that the legislation would adversely impact their incomes. However, the current leading farmer groups in the march argue that since then, the government has made insufficient progress on crucial demands, such as guaranteed crop prices, a doubling of farmers' income, and loan waivers. The core of their protest centers around the demand for legislation ensuring minimum support prices. Presently, the government shields agricultural producers from significant price declines by establishing a minimum purchase price for specific essential crops, a system that was introduced in the 1960s to bolster food reserves and prevent shortages. Farmers are advocating for the extension of this safeguard to encompass all agricultural produce, not just essential crops.